What's up, my beautiful viewers? Today we're going to be doing a video about just me playing a chess game and narrating it. So yeah, here we go. We're gonna start. We're playing against a 1603 rated player. We're gonna play d4. Okay, so he plays d5. We're gonna play the London system. Okay, so he plays knight f6. We're gonna play e3. E3 is a line in the London system, and is c5. You always play c3 after c5. Right now we're in the opening stage where white has this, structure which is called a London system. It's a positional opening where you get your pieces out and you create like this triangle-like pawn setup and the knight on f3 and the bishop on f4 before playing e3. Black plays c4 and now whenever play c4, sometimes you will play b3. For now, I would just like to develop my pieces and a castle. And there are many moves like knight bd2, uh, b3. Queen b3 is sometimes a move, but we can't play because the c4 pawn protects the b3 square. Uh, so he plays e6, and now we're gonna castle. So far, my opponent is not playing this badly. My opponent has blocked his c8 bishop, but that's really all that he did wrong. Um, so bishop d6, and we can always put a jumper knight to e5, which I think that's what I'm gonna do. Knight e5, which threatens to damage the pawns, and it just advances their knight forward into the e5 square and blocking the opponent from going e5 themselves. Uh, okay, so they take. I have two options. One is to trade my bishop for the knight and damage my pawn structure, or two, just damage my pawns, which and keep my bishop pair, which I think that's what I'm gonna do because I don't want to lose my bishop pair for no reason. At least if I am, I'm gonna delay that from happening. So the opponent attacks my pawns, and I think I can't recover my pawns. So what I am gonna do is I'm gonna play b3 because I am counterattacking the pawns here, and if it takes, I can at least keep my queen out and about. So we have uh, we have this, and now we're gonna take the queen. If they take with with this knight here, I can potentially um, pin it. I can also develop my own piece to d2, and we might go to complicated lines here. So the opponent castles, and now I am going to develop my knight forward to d2. Uh, I can't put my knight to f3, so right now we're going to put it to d2. I may want to put it to e4, for example, like e4, take and take, but they're probably not going to do that. They're probably going to play d4. So they kick us out right now, but I don't want to trade since we're now material. So I believe going back to e2 is the best option here. Now, all we have to do is just wait and see if the opponent blunders or not. So the opponent goes for my bishop pair, which is a no-brainer. I'm just gonna put it back to g3, And however, they do get e5, which is not what I want. However, e5 also weakens this, so I would generally like to put my knight on f3 and move d1 after to target the pawn. Now, and now the black is pretty lucky that black has this knight on g3 to protect, or knight on g6 to protect that. Uh, White goes queen f6. And now I'm gonna place my knight on f3 because it is nicely, it can be nicely placed here, and it controls a lot of the important squares that we need to control. Um, so now black needs to develop his c8 bishop, and instead of black is going for a trade, which I can obviously decline. So I don't understand why black play that move. Um, it's not to say that it's a bad move. It's just it does nothing. It does nothing. Now I do believe that b5 is an important move in order to anchor the c4 square for the knight. If takes, then you can take back with the either piece and be very uncomfortable for white. Plus, it would help white develop his bishop to the diagonal here. Well, the diagonal shown. So black moves his knight back, and now what we're gonna do is probably just develop our rook. If black kicks us out, we can always go c2 or f3. And also, black attacks us, we're just gonna move and attack him back. It's a no-brainer. The black is probably gonna push or put their knight on e4. However, I don't think it's a big deal because the knight can always be traded off for the bishop, and that removes the knight in its entirety. Um, and I think that removing the knight on our side of the board is a good decision because it could target black or whatever I have in my side of the board. So black has to take. Okay, so black takes, and now taking the f pawn looks good. However, I believe after white can play queen e5. Sorry, that's drawn wrong. After white can go queen e5, then I think that pawn's just too much of a target to deal with. So hg3 might be the best or better than fg. So okay, so black keeps on trading, which is a problem. Uh, However, now that knight has gotten rid of this, so I can always move back, and then I can bring my queen from this position to here, where it's thriving in that diagonal. Now I am kind of annoyed that black is still up a pawn. However, as long as we don't blunder, I think we're fine for now. And we can still create counterplay, So black right now isn't really doing anything to punish my moves. Knight c4 is a good move. However, it's nothing special. I can just go queen c2 and attack the h7 pawn. Now, black can block it, and it would be fine for black. However, I mean, it's not necessarily anything special. Now, I did miss. Oh, okay. So black attacks on a3 and b1. However, black missed checkmate on h7, and that would win me the game. So now let's review that game, and that's really it. This is a shorter video than usual, but we can still make use of it, and So white plays d4. Now we play like a London. Black plays this nicely, except c4, which c4 is a sort of weakness. C4 is sort of something that we can target. So what I did was I just developed castle, and now black um was good. Black did this good move bishop e5, and black triggered it off the bishop because black knew in the long term that this would be a weakness, and that I have to give credit on black's part. However, black didn't really do anything to punish me, as I sort of consolidated by developing my pieces and sort of defending myself. And black tries to trade, yes, but white just black just helps white get into this. Sorry, get into this nice outpost. Consisting of c3 and e3 pawns, protecting the d4 square. So black goes 97, and now black tries to attack, yes, but I just consolidate. So I back up all my pieces. So after I consolidate, I back up all my pieces, and then I try to poke at this diagonal. Uh, and I knew black can defend. However, I still try to create some chances, and that's the most important part when you're losing. Is when you're losing, you're supposed to attack the king, and it worked out in my case because black tried to fork this, thinking I would just move my queen. He would take, and black would have the bishop versus knight endgame. However, it didn't work like that, as black missed the simple move, queen takes h7, which is a checkmate due to the attack of the king, it being protected, the queen being protected, and the king having no moves. The king there's blocked with the rook. The king can't now go to h7. The king can obviously not take. Um, that's really it. But yeah, I hope you can make use of that lesson right there. Remember, when you're losing, you should attack the king the best that you can. And it won't guarantee anything, but it would give you greater chances of creating counterplay and winning the game. So that's really it. I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.